Hey there nation, and welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and we're back with another review from Necromunda releases that was released by Games Workshop on their Warhammer Community Page. As you can see here, this is a supplement to the Apocrypha Necromunda rules that they have, and this supplement of course is called Blood, Ash, and Gunshine. And this is actually quite a unique supplement that's been released. And the reason why that is the case is because we have new cargo loads and specifically new legendary names for House Orlok gangers. The idea behind this scenario, of course, is supposed to be that a crew of Orlok are escorting a shipment of Wild Snake, of course, being the rot gut liquor that denizens of the Underhive actually consume on a daily basis. And they're trying to transport that from the Ash Waste back to Hive Primus. And at the same time, they got to go by Hive Secundus in order to do so. And Hive Secundus, of course, is a hive that has been taken over by the Gene Stealer cults. Now, what's interesting about this scenario is that we're not going to do too much of a lore dive on it because I'm not much of a lore guy when I do these kind of videos. I'm more about the rules. But it is interesting, though, that they do mention someone called Mal-strained Gene Stealer cultists is what they're calling them. And there's actually a patriarch called the I believe it's called Mal-strained Patriarch, I believe is what they called it. So who knows? Maybe that might be kind of like a new thing coming up on the horizon soon from Games Workshop. It would be kind of neat to see some support given to Gene Stealer cults, Corpse Grinder cults, as well as Hell cultists, and we kind of need to see some new additional information from those guys. So we'll see what ends up happening. So it's called Blood, Ash, and Gunshine, and the reason why is because of the Gunshine distillery where they're actually robbing this stuff. So let's go and talk about the rules real quick. So like I said before, we do have a lot of lore about this, which we're not going to spend too much time on, because what I'm really really into is the new supplemental information that you add to your new campaigns. So it says Designer's Commentary, Orlok Crew Legendary Names. It said presented below are the rules for Orlok Crew Legendary Names, bringing the legendary names of the Orlok leaders and champions to those heroic individuals that now crew their vehicles. If the arbitrator wishes, these new rules may be included in their campaign, and for me, if I do another campaign, I'm definitely going to allow those rules. And it says Orlok Crew Legendary Names. Incredible Drives is a new category of Orlok Legendary Names as detailed in the Necromunda House of Iron. Unlike other legendary names, Incredible Drives can only be taken by Iron Riders, which are Orlok vehicle crews. Whenever an Iron Rider spends experience to acquire a primary skill, they may instead acquire an Orlok crew legendary name. Incredible Drives. House Orlok has a well-deserved reputation as the best drivers around. Many of the interests and industries of the clan house tied to the Ash Waste. Orlok gangers often learn to drive all kinds of vehicles, whether or not they ever leave the cavernous interior of the Hive Nexus, though those that operate out in the wastes are true masters of the road. So this is what we have here. So we have 6 new ones. We have one called Roadkill. Once per battle, at the start of the model's activation, they can use this ability. For the duration of this activation, fighters only pass the initiative test to avoid being run over on a roll of a natural 6. So that's a great way for you to actually hunt down fighters with your vehicles, especially if you want to run them over. We have Big Rig Boss. If this crew is equipped with a vehicle with a toughness characteristic of at least 6, then once per battle, they can automatically pass a loss of control test. There is no need to roll the die. So that can be really cool, especially if you're being attacked by those really high strength weapon attacks like mining lasers or last cannons and the like. We have Cinderak City Drift. Once per battle, this model may perform a drift basic action as a free action during its activation, which is quite cool. We also have Stunt Driver. The first time in each battle, this model rolls as a result of a failed loss control test. Instead of being automatically wrecked, the vehicle suffers 1 hull point. The vehicle is still moved in a random direction as per the rules results. So that is actually quite nice, especially if you're really worried about your vehicles getting wrecked. We have Wheels of Pain. Whenever a fighter ends their activation on this vehicle and not on a transport area, they suffer a Strength 3 AP damage 1 hit that does not pin them. So that is quite good. And then we have Duke of the Road. Once per battle, after performing a ram double action, this vehicle may immediately perform a fire all basic action as a free action, targeting a vehicle that was hit by the ram double action. I think Duke of the Road is like the coolest one of all because it's like totally like Mad Max Fury Road. You're just ramming into your vehicle and then just unloading as much firepower in your vehicle directly onto that enemy vehicle as possible. That to me just sounds really cool. I think of all of these that may be really good or Roadkill, for example, because it kind of helps you take out enemies out of action with that one. Same thing with Big Rig Boss, I think is quite helpful as that. Same thing with Duke of the Road, as well as Stunt Driver. Cinderak City Drift might be kind of useful. Same thing with Wheels of Pain, but I think Duke of the Road is definitely the best one on this list. But that's just me because I'm all about overkill. So that's a neat little game mechanic that's now available to Orlok gangs if they wish. At the same time, we also have a brand new Ridge Hauler cargo load called the Wild Snake Vat. It's a exclusive to the House of Orlok gang only. It costs 45 credits. It says, based on the Promethean tank used to transport gun across Necromunda, wild snake vats are used by the House of Iron to enable them to move large quantities of wild snake from their distilleries to customers all over the planet. As a transport area, the walkway atop the top of a wild snake vat is a transport area. The good stuff, any fighter within 1 inch of the wild snake vat may perform the take a swig basic action, and you take a swig. Every time a fighter performs this action, remove a flesh wound if they have any, and place an intoxicated marker on them. So that's quite cool. We have high pressure vapors. If a gilded coin rich hauler or taller with a wild snake vat is hit by a trailer with a wild snake vat is hit by a range or melee attack, roll a d6 and add the attacking weapon strength. On a 9+, the machine's iron casing has been pierced, unleashing a jet of wild snake vapor. Center the 5-inch blast marker on the point of the vat closest to the attacker. Any fighter touched by that blaze marker must pass an initiative test or gain an intoxicated marker. If the weapon that hit the vehicle has a blaze trait, any fighter touched by the marker must pass an initiative test or suffer a strength 4, AP -1, damage 1 hit with the blaze trait instead. That's just so funny. I don't know why that just sounds so cool though. I can imagine like some ganger hitting like one of these things like a power hammer, for example. Like everyone is totally like 3 sheets to the wind with that, which is this find hilarious. And we have the wild snake intoxication. Intoxicating markers remain until the end of the battle. The effects of the booze are dependent upon how many markers they have on their card. If you have 1 marker, you have what's called a good buzz. -1 to range attack hit rolls, but you get a +2 result on cool tests, which kind of makes sense. 2 markers, you have singing double, -1 to range attack rolls, +2 to results of cool tests. When marking range attack hit rolls after choosing a target, randomize the actual target of the attack between the intended target and any model, friend or foe within 6 inches of them. Oof, that kind of reminds me of Doc Holliday from Tombstone. There's a scene there where the bad guy goes, "You're probably so drunk you're seeing double," and then Doc Holliday by Val Kilmer pulls out 2 pistols and says, "1 pistol for each of you." So that was hilarious. And we have 3+ Snake Courage. -2 to range attack hit rolls, but automatically passes any cool tests. Like, you could totally do like a drunken master type of build with this list, for example. Can you imagine, like, if you're an Orlok player, right, and you want to have like a bunch of juvies on your vehicle, just get them all liquored up on Wild Snake, and forget the fact that they do range attacks, just make them do nothing but close combat attacks instead, and they automatically pass any cool tests. That would be just so hilarious to see that happen. Oh man, I'm sorry for laughing so much, but this is kind of hilarious to me. I just can't imagine the chaos that will ensue from this sort of thing as well. So that is quite cool. And then, of course, they have the Wild Snake run, which, of course, is a scenario where you have Wilcox, Wild Snake, Cinderjack, who's actually part of the gang. It's designed for Orlocks to be used, and you can use any gang you want to, but there's rules attached to it. And you can, of course, take a look at the rules. It's kind of nice because you got the Custom Selection 10 rule, which is kind of nice as well. You also got some really good rewards associated with your gang, too. And at the same time, they also talk about like some of the ways that the Mutant Hordes can help you out. So it is quite cool. It is kind of a neat like addition that you can add to your games in Necromunda. I'm really happy that they're actually continuing supporting the game by adding cool little rules like this to their scenarios and adding it to the campaign mechanics. So there you guys have it. This is the overall look of Blood, Ash, and Gunshine. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is kind of neat? What are your opinions about these roles? Can you plan on using these in your campaigns? Put it down in the comment section below because I would love to hear what you guys think about this. So let's go do it real quick for this really fast impromptu video. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Your guys' input is valuable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the latest greatest hobby news related to this channel. That's good for this week, guys. I will catch you guys next one. Peace out and stay classy.